So today I woke up, no alarm, just, you know, when my body woke up naturally. Sometimes I do that because I try and develop discipline to the point where I go to sleep at a specific time so that I can wake up at a specific time. But some days I'm up reading or doing things, exercising, and I don't sleep until later, burning the midnight oil. So in order to make up for that lost time, sometimes I'll wake up a little bit later. But it's still early. Woke up at like 7. But now I'm clearly in my room, or one of my rooms, eating raspberries and just meditating. And last night I really came to a realization how truly blessed I was, how truly blessed many people are. The truth is that it's really all about perception, because we see other people's lives and we assume their happiness, assume their success. And in reality, we have no idea what they're going through. We have no idea where they've been. We have no idea the thoughts that they hold, the griefs that they have, and the secret pains that they suffer from. Like, there's a saying the ancient ones used to say, or the ancient ones still say, envy not the appearance of happiness in any man, because you know not his secret griefs. That just means don't be jealous or envious of someone's happiness on the outside, because you don't know what their secret griefs are. Like I've said in my last video, my dad recently went to prison. In some of my other videos, I talk about, him purportedly moving kilos of cocaine and being a fugitive and things like that, and how that has affected me. And here I'm a young, successful man, moving up in my career and society, and doing well for myself. And some people may see me and they may say, "Oh man, look at him," or "Oh, he's doing this, and I wish I had this like he has." And yeah, I do have some things, and yeah, I am happy, but I have secret griefs, just like each person has secret griefs. But it's really about a shift in perception and focus, because we're really, really blessed when you open your eyes to what you have. Like right now, I'm sitting in a room that was just a vision, and now I'm in it. I could show you a little panorama really quickly. It's just a all white guest room, and I'm chilling here. But the point is that last night I was reading this book. It's called The Pursuit of Happiness, the life story that inspired the major motion picture, and it's by Chris Gardner. Chris Gardner is a brother who went through mad traumas in his childhood. He didn't know his father, and I'm just getting started. I was really engulfed in the book and engrossed in the book. Like last night, I read like a fourth of it or something like that, just sitting in my living room, just reading. And he went through so much abuse, and I sometimes you think, woe is me, and oh my God, I'm going through so much right now. And then you read about or remember other people's lives or parts of your life that you've been through, and you're like, shit, like I'm blessed, like I'm living in abundance, like I'm living in heaven right now, like this is beautiful. But like he didn't know his father. His father, and his mother just had a short relationship. She got pregnant and he left. So he had the no daddy blues. But he had a stepfather who was really abusive, that almost killed his mother multiple times. Bruised and battered her, beat her. He was an alcoholic, and he always used to say, I ain't your goddamn daddy. And he used to destroy Chris Gardner's self-esteem and really just verbally abuse him and physically abuse him, also emotionally. And then I think about my childhood. And my dad made some mistakes, did some things, my mother too. But I wasn't getting I mean, we got whooped, but I wasn't getting verbally really crushed like that. You know what I mean? If anything, I was told that I could do anything, that I could become rich, that I could make money, that I could succeed. I was supported in my childhood. So I'm thinking like, damn, like, you know, my pops, you know, he may have sold cocaine, and, you know, later on in life I found that out. But really in life, like, I was blessed. Like, I was supported in ways that other people weren't. And then I think back to my friends in Guatemala, and I think back to the people that I met in India, and I think about the life that I'm living now and all the opportunities that I have here versus the people that live in these countries that I've been to and met and shook hands with. And I think, how could I be ungrateful? How could I say, oh, I'm in a tough situation, or I'm in this situation? When you really put it in perspective, you have to put things in perspective. I'll tell you a story. I went to Guatemala and I worked I'm a dietitian. As you know, your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. I worked in Guatemala. I have a passion to serve, you know, so I worked in the rural areas, 5 hours a day, every day, almost every weekday. And when you travel, you know, I'm a different kind of traveler. Like, I see myself as a pilgrim. I go everywhere. It's a religious, spiritual, cultural event. I don't go just turn up and stuff like that. I'm just a different kind of traveler. So when I was there, I was in the community and I was working with a dietitian. I was working for a nonprofit, a public health clinic. It's called Primeros Pasos. That means first steps. And so it works with children, infants and pregnant women, dealing with education, healthcare, things like that. But I was working with a dietitian. Her name was Susie. And she worked hard as hell, man. She worked hard as hell. But she didn't make close. Not even. She made I think she made like $500 a month or something like that. Like, off of the hard ass work that she did. And she would do the same work that I did in the States with less like equipment, with less technology, you know what I mean? They're not living in like the 1700s, but like they have less technology and less, amenities than we have in America. But the point is, she would work hard as hell. She would work in the compost with us, you know what I mean? And she'd be hiking every day, and she had multiple jobs. She was a beautiful spirit, really kind. She was really creative. And she only got paid like $500 a month. I remember her asking me like, kind of cautiously, like, how much money do you guys get paid in the United States as like a dietitian? And like, she asked me, did I go through 5 years of school like her? And then I learned about, nutrition support, like tube feeding, for people in the hospital and things like that. And I was telling her, like, yeah, I went through all that. She was saying she went through the same thing. And she asked me which science courses I took. And then I look back and I'm like, how am I complaining when I live in America? I have all these privileges. And then I think back to the young girl in India who, there was a large family and they lived in their house was probably only about 2 of my rooms that I'm in right now. Only about 2 of these rooms. And it was like 8 people living in there. And she couldn't go to school because her parents couldn't afford it. There was no public school. They only sent the boys to school because they figured they could earn more money in the future for the family if they were educated. So there's young ladies who can't even go to school. People who are getting beat and abused, and that affects their self-esteem and their belief in what they can do in the future. And then I'm sitting here in abundance in the morning, waking up when I want to wake up, eating raspberries and making YouTube videos. And then my perspective is, I'm in such a hard situation. I'm in the matrix. I'm in the economic system where I have to work 9 to 5, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, this is a blessing. You are truly blessed. You just have to look at it with the right mind's eye. Don't let your 2 eyes blind your mind's eye. Put things into perspective. I really recommend this book. This is Chris Gardner. He actually is the inspiration for the pursuit of happiness, but his life was way better than the actual film. He became extremely successful. He's a millionaire. It's rags to riches. He didn't even go to college. He became a successful stockbroker. I'm reading through the book now. I have to, keep working through it. He's a single dad. He was homeless. It's super inspiring. And so you want to really check it out. But remember, you're truly blessed. Smile, be grateful, love yourself 100%. We're out here, eating some raspberries, chilling. But keep that in mind. Remember, it's always perspective. Yes, you have problems. Yes, things are tough. But look around you and remember what you have. Like I said, I like to share my issues because people say, oh, it's easy to just say, it's all perspective. Look, man, I was crying when I found out my pops went to prison. You seen my other video, the secret symbolism of the lotus flower, overcome. I broke it all down, how my mom passed away from cancer when I was young. You know what I mean? How my father abandoned me, how I found out he was a fugitive, how the FBI used to come to my job. I'm a professional. They used to come to my job. You know what I mean? The U.S. Marshals used to come to my job threatening me and stuff like that. And so I'm with a suit on, suit and button-down shirt, and they're in here threatening me. This is all devastating. This is all traumatic life that I've been through. But you got to see the beauty in life because there's so much of it. And what you focus on, it grows. What you resist persists. So my pops just went to prison last month. I just made some investments last month. So I was celebrating and crying at the same time. But I had to realize there's beauty even in these things because now I can, communicate with my pops or do whatever I need to do with my pops. But you have to remain positive and not just remain positive. Go through your feelings. Feel what you feel. But put things in the proper perspective. Because I'm going to make a prediction. Facebook or Mark Zuckerberg is really promoting internet.org, and he's giving internet access to people all over the world in order to make them better and more connected. He also wants to make profit because the more people that are using the internet and Facebook, the more money he can make off of it. But he's also doing a good deed because he's connecting billions of people. He's connecting the planet. But what's going to happen is people are going to start empowering themselves from third world countries. And it's going to not level the playing field because they still don't have the infrastructure and the civil rights and things like that a lot of the free countries or first world countries have. But these people who have drive and have natural intelligence that the people don't have in America or in Europe or in Asia, certain parts of Asia, we're going to see them rise up and do amazing things right now on the planet. And it's your duty to make sure that you do amazing things here and take advantage of the privileges and advantages you have as a first world citizen. So your brother, your friend, your dietitian back again for another installment. Inspirit Nutrition. You're truly blessed out here. Keep your eyes open. Peace.